Hey Defenders, welcome back to our channel. So, are you a house owner or are you a tenant? When you're a house owner, you sell or buy a property, right? In that case, you do register and have an agreement and register this in the government, correct? But having said, a tenant, either being a landlord who's giving the house to the tenant or tenant onboarding into the landlord's house, why don't we register this agreement? You do have an agreement, you do sign up an agreement, yes, I agree. But why don't you register this to the government? Because most of us do not know that exists, right? So let me tell you, the government of Tamil Nadu has come up with the initiative called tenancy.tn.gov.in, right? Here, this particular website helps you to register any agreement either as a landlord or as a tenant on this particular platform. Why do we need to first register? Let me tell you a few examples. One, are you a tenant who has issue with your landlord? For example, your tenancy period is say 2 years, but say the landlord doesn't like you and he wants to push you out in say 1 year period, which you're not comfortable. In that case, why should you go to police? Why should you go to court? Why should you make it a big legal issue, right? Number one. Number two, are you a landlord and you have a tenancy period with the tenant for say 2 years and the tenant is not ready to vacate the house even after multiple times of request that he has to vacate after his tenure, right? In that case, you still don't need to go to police, you don't need to go to court or make it a huge legal proceeding. Instead, you can simply have this particular data as an agreement registered on the tenancy.tn.gov.in, where all the information about the house, the size of the house, the rent, the advance, the recipient and the both parties' details, everything are fed there along with the phone number, Aadhaar, etc. And this is done to make sure the interest of both parties are protected. Not that one can exploit the other or the other can exploit the other. No, it can't happen. So what happens if there is a dispute here? Do we need to go to the police from this? No. What happens is, say your house is in a particular taluka, right? In this particular taluka, there will be a RDO, regional divisional officer. He is in charge to review the agreement and simply conclude to a final statement saying you have to either go with the tenant's request or the landlord's request. He is the decision maker as much as a judge in a court. He is that judge who we don't need to go to court. Probably, if you ask me, it's a little unofficial form of doing a similar case in the taluka level itself. It is really important that you register your agreements either as a rented ones or the full purchased ones on this particular website to make sure any kind of legal proceedings can have a backup, and this particular data can really come handy, especially the time of needs, right? So in case you know someone who is a tenant who is having issues with the landlord, or if you know some landlord who has issues with the tenant, please consider sharing this link and subscribing. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more tech insights on cybersecurity.